Hi, and welcome to another video by Get It Done Home Repairs. Today's project, we're going to be building a raised bed planter for our garden in the back. Now, personal preference is how deep you want the planter. This is going to be a 6-inch planter. You can get them 8, you can get them 10, you can get whatever size you want. This just happens to be the one I'm going to be building, and the procedure is going to be the exact same. I know I need the planter from one end to the other. I need 112 inches, so I bought a 10-foot piece, and I'm going to cut off the part that I don't need. So we're going to mark it 112 inches, and we're going to cut it on a chop saw. We're going to do it outside just so we don't make a mess inside. And I know that I want to have it 36 inches from front to back. So we're going to make our measurements, cut it, and then we're going to screw it together. This is what kind of tools you're going to need. This just happens to be the tools that I'm using. This is a drill bit on a drill that we're going to pre-drill the holes, so that way we have a nice straight screw going in. Of course, we have our measuring tape. We have our driver to drive the screws in to hold it in place. We have our pencil, of course, so we can mark our project where we're going to be working. And let me show you what I'm going to be using to screw it together. I'm going to be using these to screw it together because it has the head on here and it won't pull out, hold it fairly tight. This is a little longer than you'll probably need to use, but I always like to overbuild it, so that's what I did. It's the same price whether you buy a shorter or you buy them longer. So these are the ones I'm going to use. I think these are 4.5 inches, which is right on the side of the box right there. All right, you may need to use a square to make sure you're going to be able to cut a straight line on the wood itself. But as I said, I'm not going to need it. All right, let's take these outside, let's cut them, and then we're going to screw it together. And again, we're going to pre-drill it. Okay, next thing we're going to do now is we're going to come in here and we're going to pre-drill the wood through here to make sure that this screws together nice and straight, so that way our screw goes in straight into the hole that we're going to drill versus going crooked or going whichever direction we want. So we always pre-drill it first, and we usually go down about an inch down here and an inch up here. So let's drill this through here. Okay, once we have it drilled through, we put our screw in here, get our driver, and we'll drive this all the way in until it's recessed just slightly. Making sure that you have this nice and straight over here. All right, that's nice and tight. Make sure the bottom is straight. If it's not, we can just kick it over a little bit. So that's nice and straight here. Grab our drill, approximately an inch, doesn't have to be exact. And now we'll drill that through. Now it doesn't have to be a big drill bit, just something that this bolt can actually follow the path. So this, you can use a 1/16, a 1/8, whatever. All right, now we'll drive it through. All right, a little bit. All right, so that side is done. Let's continue on the other corners, and we'll have this planter built in no time. Okay, let's pre-drill this hole now. Okay, and last but not least, we're going to put our final end back together. Let's pre-drill it again to get about an inch down. Okay, our planting bed is now assembled. Let's take it out in the backyard and put it in a spot and fill it up with dirt. Okay, so as you can see, we now have the planter outside. It fits exactly where we wanted to put it. Now, personal preferences, I used non-pressure treated wood. A lot of people use pressure treated wood because it lasts a long time. Me personally, I don't want to be eating the chemicals that's going to leach off into the soil that we're going to be planting it in, so I chose to use regular pine. And of course, this won't last forever, but it's so cheap you can just replace it when you need to. Now, the other option you have is you can put it in cedar, but cedar is extremely expensive and probably not cost efficient when you're planting vegetables or whatever you're planting. All right, so this is the way I chose to go, and you could put down in the bottom of it here, you could put down crushed leaves or any kind of branches or anything like that, but I'm just going to use soil in there right now. So, all right, let's put it in there, rake it out, and finish this job off. All right, a couple of more bags of dirt in there, and we'll be in good shape and ready to plant as soon as the frost is over. All right, as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.